Hi and welcome to today's Todd's Tips. Today I wanted to talk to you about blogging and why hitting publish is not the last thing you should do on your blog. I was talking to someone just this morning on Twitter actually about how nobody was reading their blog, and I said to him, jokingly, leading question, what's your strategy for resharing? What's that? What strategy? Oh yeah, I'm not doing that. Hitting publish on your blog is not the last thing you should do. For me, it's the beginning of the journey. Writing a blog, obviously, really important, structuring it well, but sharing it and getting people to come out and actually read it is the most important thing. Or the title, or the other bits. I don't know, maybe I'm contradicting myself. But hitting publish is not the last thing you should do. Okay? What I do with mine is when I got it proofread, I checked it out, made sure it's right, made sure it loads well on mobile and stuff, I publish it. And then I go into my schedule and I make sure I schedule that blog out to come out over the next few weeks. Yes, I do it more than once. Yes, I put it on Twitter more than one time. You know, it's so busy out there. You're going to be really, really lucky to just put it on Twitter once and for it to everyone that's ever going to read it. Of course that's not going to happen. So I put it out there for, maybe 3 or 4 times tomorrow if I've published it today, a couple of times later in the week, maybe hit the weekend because I know more people will read it. Social media is the new Sunday papers, so why would not read a blog? And then maybe next week drop it in a couple of times. Quite a lot of times, but I know that my fans and followers are not going to be online all the time. And then maybe a few months later, I'll be checking my analytics and I'll be looking and thinking, hey, that was actually quite a popular blog, people really like that. I'll just share it again. I've followed at least another 300 people on Twitter and I've got another couple of hundred fans on Facebook, so they won't have seen it. They won't have seen this blog, so I'll just share it again. One important thing to remember is when you're resharing your blogs, is change the title when you're putting it on social media. So don't change on a blog, keep that the same. But for example, if you say, I've written a great blog and it's about why you should use social media in the best times of the day. Change how you describe that on Twitter. So these are the best times of the day to use Twitter, or here's 6 tips on how to use Twitter to better your time. Reuse those titles on the different social media. So not that it looks like a different social media update, but just it's a bit more interesting. Or the person that saw it this morning might not have realised that actually that title doesn't offer me much, but this title, oh, it talks about that as well. Maybe I should then click on that blog post. So reshare it, have a schedule, and as I said before, it's really simple to do that. Do a bit of homework, work out when people are there and share them at those times. There's nothing wrong with resharing old content. So remember, when you've hit publishing that blog, that is the start of the journey, not the end. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to Todd's Tips for more Todd's Tips. Cheers.